Yo, what is up, people? It is your boy Ferrer, and today we're going to be talking about Monkey D. Dragon's Devil Fruit ability, or power. Now I say power because some people think it might be related to King's Haki, it might be something else, it might be an ancient weapon. So we're going to be looking at top 5 abilities that he could have, and these are the most popular choices amongst everyone in the community. Now we saw what Dragon did at Logtown and during the Sabo Ace Luffy flashback. One thing we know is that it's definitely a wind related ability, but let's get on to the video. Number 5, ancient weapon Uranus, one of the 3 weapons of calamities that can destroy the world. We heard about Pluton, which is a ship. I think Crocodile was going for it, and if I recall, Frankie also had the blueprints of it. Then we have Poseidon, which is Shirahoshi from Fishman Island, and we've never heard anything about Uranus yet, but we know it's there. But going by the symbolism we see with Poseidon, Poseidon being the god of the sea, and Shirahoshi has the power that relates to it. She can control all the sea kings, which is pretty much controlling the entire sea. It's safe to say that Uranus, which is also known as the god of the skies, in terms of symbolism, it should have the power to affect the weather in some shape or form. Now we've seen Dragon has shown to be capable of manipulating the weather just as he did in Logtown. Now I doubt his power is related to Uranus. I feel like it would be a bit underwhelming for someone like Dragon. Now the revolutionaries may have Uranus, but it is not linked to why Dragon can control the wind. Just my personal thoughts. At number 5, we have the ancient weapon Uranus. Number 4, King Conqueror's Haki, specifically advanced King Conqueror's, to the point that he can control the weather with wind and lightning. Now this is my least favorite because we're still in the dark to what King Conquerors can actually do. We're 800 chapters in One Piece, and the only thing we know is that it can take out individuals whose will is far less than yours, so it's pretty much useless against top tiers in the series or people that are on your level at this point in the story. But people usually bring up the scene where Roger won his battle against Shiki and the weather was in his favor, and when Whitebeard and Shanks clash, the sky split. So there might be some correlations there where someone with really top tier King's Haki can control the weather to some extent. So that's what people usually use as basis for Dragon having or using Haki to control the wind and the weather. Personally, I don't think so. Now don't get me wrong, Dragon definitely has King's Haki and can use an advanced version of it. I'll leave that for Shanks, but maybe Dragon can do it as well. But I don't think it's related to his wind ability. But at number 4, we have King's Haki. Number 3, Weather Devil Fruit / Storm Devil Fruit. Not exactly my favorite, but a lot of people do think Dragon might have this Devil Fruit. Again, it does relate to what Dragon has shown so far, so it's not too crazy, it's not so far-fetched. But this Devil Fruit would give the power to control the weather, lightning, and stuff like that. So things like lightning and wind are sub abilities of this Devil Fruit. Now while it is a pretty strong Devil Fruit, there are other abilities we have seen that could potentially change the weather. For example, Big Mom Soul Fruit. Because of its versatility, Big Mom has the ability to control the weather with it. Another example is wind. If you can control the wind, you should be able to control the weather to some extent. But again, I don't think this is what Dragon is gonna have, but it is always a possibility. But at number 3, we have Weather / Storm Devil Fruit. Number 2, we have the Mythical Dragon, the mythical Chinese dragon. A bit different from the one we think Kaido's gonna have. They look a lot similar to Shenron from Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Balls. Now this dragon are also known for the ability to control the weather and produce intense winds, a lot similar to what Dragon was doing again at Logtown ASL flashback. Now it would be dope if Dragon actually had a mythical dragon Devil Fruit, the Chinese version of it, but I feel like it doesn't fit his personality. Like a Zoan, I don't think a Zoan fits Dragon's personality. I feel like Dragon is made up with the same cloth as the admirals from the Navy. Now a lot of people think Dragon was in the Navy before. I mean, he does have the design to look like an admiral. Like seriously, this dude, he's badass in every aspect. But I'm specifically talking about Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji. I feel like Dragon fits those guys, their personality, their abilities, all Logias. And I feel like Mythical Zoan would ruin the mysterious vibe that Dragon gives off. Now Dragon's name is Dragon. This is One One Piece, people have crazy names. So it would be weird if you're named Dragon and you actually turn out to have a dragon devil fruit. The dragon is more of a theme for the Revolutionary Army, whereas we have Sabo using, you know, dragon style claw, dragon's breath. You know, he's really good with hockey and he has a dragon skill set. But you know, dragon definitely has moves that are called dragon, but that doesn't necessarily mean dragon has a dragon devil fruit just because his name is dragon. But you know, at number 2 we have the mythical Chinese dragon. Now I do think it would be a dope, like it's a dope Zoan, but I think I'll just leave that to Kaido or the Shogun of Wano Kuni. I don't think the mythical dragon devil fruit fits dragon's personality. It's just gonna be weird looking at dragon being like a dragon zone. It's cool, but not personally my favorite devil fruit. I'll leave that for Kaido's crew. But at number 2 we have the Chinese mythical dragon. Number 1, the wind Logia, my personal favorite, and I 100% believe dragon has this devil fruit ability. There's also a good amount of evidence in the manga that says so. But before we go into that, let's talk about how fitting of a devil fruit this would be for dragon. Now, in terms of symbolism, the wind always brings about change. So it fits the theme of the Revolutionary Army, whereas you know they're trying to bring change to how the government operates. They're trying to directly change how the government operates. So you know, it's definitely an ability that fits the ideals of the Revolutionary Army. Again, wind brings change. It's also a devil fruit that fits dragon's mysterious personality. Just like I mentioned before, him having a zone, again, it doesn't just fit dragon, man. I just don't see it. Him having a wind Logia, okay, yeah, again, it's similar to the Admirals. I brought up the Admirals before. He has that Admiral, you know, vibe. He gives out that Admiral vibe. So he should have a devil fruit just like the Admirals, whereas the devil fruit matches their personality, and I think a wind Logia fits dragon so well. It's crazy. Like a wind dragon, the revolutionaries, they're trying to change the world government, the symbolism, everything just fits with him having a wind Logia. Now it could be a paramecia, but wind is a natural substance, so why not make it a Logia? You know what I'm saying? Now the evidence we have here for having a wind Logia there's pretty much undeniable evidence. It's just like it depends on how you take it. For me at this point, this is just fact for me. I'm not sure about you guys, but in the ASL Ace Luffy Sabo flashback, now in the manga, when Sabo's ship got shot by the Celestial Dragon when Sabo was leaving the Gold Kingdom, a few panels later we see Sabo like drifting in the sea for a while and he was almost about to drown. Then we saw Dragon's hand. Now you'd have to think about this. How did Dragon grab Sabo's hand with no no platform to stand on? The only possible way is that he was flying or floating, and with the wind Logia, that is possible. It's also possible with the other abilities I listed, but you know, I mean, like transforming into the dragon. I mean, if it was a dragon zone, we would see Dragon's hand like a dragon basically. And when Dragon was coming back to the ship, we also see his cloak mixing in with the wind, something we see in Logias, especially when they try to materialize it, and like Kizaru, Kainu, you know, your clothes also mix with like their elements. So in this case, it was the wind that was mixing with Dragon's cloak, so it kind of makes it seem like he was one with the wind, like he is the wind. But this is my number 1 choice, a wind Logia. But that is all for today, guys. Like the video if you liked it. Comment down below if you think he has a devil fruit that I didn't name. Do you think he has a wind Logia? Do you agree with me? You think he has a Zoan, Chinese mythical Zoan? Subscribe for more One Piece content on my channel and be a part of the notification squad. Also like the video, guys. Like the videos, that really helps me. But yeah, it is Pharaoh, guys, and I will see you later.